Hello guys, welcome back to the crew calling all units version 2017-18 I guess. Driving the Mazda MX-5 in circuit spec. This is the car they brought recently, beginning of December, as sorta a reward for their 3rd anniversary of the game. Throughout the year we played some summits and we needed to get 20 or 30 medals throughout the year to qualify for this thing here, which is the summit finale, the summit for 2017 final, let's call it that. Finale summit, and if we enter there, let's have a look what we can win. Nothing. Nada. Zip. 0,0. That's the state of this game as we speak. So we have a summit final where we have to get our medals throughout the year, somewhere in May or June for those who played all the summits and qualifiers. Somewhere in May or June you will have like 20-25 medals earned, and that was sort of the moment where we qualified for this specific summit, and we cannot win a thing. Other than that, the situation is what it is. 2,385 players are ranked. The top 5 are one and the same person, except for 2nd place. 1st place, 3rd place, 4th place and 5th place is the it's all the same person who is using different accounts, 1 or 2 of itself. I think 1 and 4 is himself, and then the other ones are ex-teammates where he has the account information up and he's using those accounts to show up that he's like the top 5 or whatever it is, that the reason it is he does it with. Guy in 2nd place is his teammate, and that's what the situation is. Can easily be seen in the brand time attack where they have top 5 as well. He's in 1st, his teammate in 2nd, and then 3rd, 4th and 5th, they're all, again, just like a couple of weeks ago, sort of doing the fastest times, and nobody's coming close to those times, because, yeah, that's the other reason why they're up there, who knows. They are fast, but, or if it's all legit, that's another story. That means, for people like myself, that I'm unranked and I don't even bother anymore. Because, yeah. Why do we need to play? I mean, it's a summit finale, we played for the medals all year long and we can't win a zip here in this game. At the same time, they postpone the Crew 2 release. They postponed it. It was originally dated somewhere March 2018, where it was supposed to be released. Probably for fiscal reasons, they postponed it, because the fiscal year ends in March 2018, and probably the numbers were already good, so they didn't need the Crew 2 to get their numbers up. So they postponed the release of the Crew 2 so that they will have, like, with the game being released and people buying copies, they will have immediately up their numbers for the next fiscal year. So I'm assuming that the game will be released, I don't know, summer 2018 somewhere. That would be my guess. Would surprise me if they would actually postpone it till September, October 2018, especially seeing competition coming from Forza Horizon 4. They will probably release somewhere in September. So if they want to be first, they have to be, I don't know, E3 in June, Gamescom in August would be perfect times to release the Crew 2. Meanwhile, rumors has been going on about all kind of tests and alpha tests and things like that. Yeah. It's pretty simple. They have been there and people have been playing, and we are still testing, and that's how it goes. And those who get an invitation will know about it, and those who don't, as always, will not know about it until there is some beta. That might be an open beta, then there is no NDA or anything like that, and then most people can play, but that will be closer to the release date, I guess. So somewhere in 2018, April, May, something maybe, there might be a beta, maybe even a bit sooner, who knows. Meanwhile, yeah, for this summit finale, is there anything to bother about? I don't think so. the main skill test, which is always the left of these three here, is the jump. If a jump is the main skill test, then you already know you have trouble. Because that is either gonna have to be about slipstreaming or pushing each other or jumping off buildings, bouncing off trees, stuff like that to get the better scores. Let's have a look. Of course, Heckle and Jekyll and all of his accounts are up there as usual. Speed skill is the other skill test. That's pretty simple. People do a speed skill. At the end of their run, they press Alt Enter, which switches the screen from full screen to windowed mode, and you get 2,000-3,000 extra points in these things. That's what people are doing here. Also there, they're up and running there, of course. Also the same names, always using that Alt Enter. People like Frankenstein and all that. No need to look any further. You can be assured they're always using Alt Enter. Escape, not even sure what's going on there. Oh yeah, we also have Sibri 2020 here, also a known cheater. Last week he was already there in the drag with like 7 seconds. They didn't bother to remove him because they don't bother about anything about this game anymore apparently. And we are now 1 week later and he's here again with like super scores in drag and also in this escape and also on other stuff. You probably will see him show up at one point. The Brown Time Attack once more, a repetitive track in a sliding boat, an Aston Martin Vanquish in performance spec. The times, yeah, 148, 149 I see here, and then you have like, yeah, number 1 there with his 4-5 account, so and his teammates in the top 5 there. The drift trial, as always, doesn't count for anything. Let's have a look here, what's going on here. I see 581,000. A lot of people with 500,000. That seems to be pretty high, although not extremely high, so not even sure if there is like drift jerking about here, doing circles. I don't think so. 500, 400, 500,000 or kind of normal scores. If you're talking about 600, 700, 800,000, then you for sure you're doing circles. I haven't looked at the track yet. I'm also not gonna bother. Monster Arena is supposed to be the main event, but it probably will not count for much. Let's have a look there. 93,000. Since we are in the mountain states here on the salt flats, that's probably gonna be that arena as well. So people can score 100,000 there, if it's that arena. And then we have a drag trial. The drag trial, yeah, as always, here he is again, Sibri 2020, cheater, 11.5 seconds. You can just ignore him. All the other times are 13.4, 13.5, and so on. How are those times achieved? Pretty simple, with low FPS. Instead of putting it on 30 FPS, you have to put it on 27 FPS, and you will get those times. You put the team on 30 FPS, you put the scoring player on 27 FPS, and the scoring player will have a little bit of a delayed start, but since his team is in front of him, he will still catch up, crosses the line, and everybody gets the same time, except for the player who had the delay on the start. He will also get a delay on the finish, which means he will go like 300, 400, 500 thousandths of a second faster. That's how those times are achieved, and that's why you will see like 13.4, 13.5, while the rest is probably gonna do 13.7 and 38 in a more normal way on 30 FPS or whatever. And then you have people trying to replicate that 27 shit, or they don't know about it, and they try to replicate it with 8 times MSA and lowering their settings and lagging like crazy, and it all does not work. That's for the drag. Always the same, been going on for months. Crew time attack, not sure what's going on here. Also here, GoPro and his teammate here, Harinohi, which is a Waira, they are up 1 and 2 as usually, and then you have Hive Wheels, Shisharega, Tsushimi. That's our other account for one of those two. That's what they are doing lately. Switching accounts just to make sure that they're all in the top 5. Yippee-yay, congratulations. That's all I can say. Stunt race, not sure what track that is. We might have a look at that, I don't know. 19.7, 95. 90, 80,000, something like that. I see people score here. That is the monthly summit finale summit, but there's nothing to win. So the game is slightly, well, not slightly, step by step it's dying, and Ubisoft is just letting it die out. It's not doing anything about it. Cheaters are not removed. That's already 2 or 3 weeks that Subiri guy is up there with super fast times and high scores, which are impossible to get. He's still there. So they don't even remove the cheaters. We cannot win anything in a summit where we have been playing for the whole year. And yeah, then we only come to one conclusion. The crew won, game over. Pretty simple. For the channel, that means that I have bought Forza Horizon 3, I have WRC 7, I have Need for Speed Payback. I also pre-ordered the Crew 2 Gold Edition, but yeah, that's postponed, so we cannot play that yet. Except if you're involved in the tests and all that, that you can play, if you're invited. But other than that, we have to find stuff to do to cover the game. Occasionally I will post a video from the crew, but it's not gonna be the main game on the channel anymore. Because it's dying out, they don't do anything about the cheaters. You have people showing up here, switching 4, 5, 6 accounts just to make sure that they make the top 5 there. Yeah, well, congratulations. They can race each other, but I'm not gonna bother about it anymore. That was sort of the situation as it is in the crew at this moment, and that's also the reason why in the last couple of weeks you don't see that much coverage from the crew anymore. The game is as good as that, and it's only dying out more, and also Ubisoft is not really doing anything to stop that. Let's put it that. I mean, they could easily, they have contracts with new manufacturers for the Crew 2, they could easily just take one of those cars, make an agreement with one of those manufacturers, come up with, I don't know, a Peugeot or something which is in the game, or a Renault, or it doesn't matter, just one car that we could win here for this summit finale. That would already be something to play for. They don't even bother. So yeah, if they don't bother, why would we bother? I will see you guys in the next one, and bye for now.